rush up for nothing? Why the rush up for nothing? Why the rush up for nothing? Agitated illusion.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Houston Texans. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. His first carry. And from the 25, they worked this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
From the 29, Jackson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Geez, I mean, what more can you say about Lamar Jackson? We know that he's got the quickness and the agility, but you know, if you wanted proof of his straight-line speed, look no further.
First down. Hines. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Malcolm Brown at 3 bills and some change comes in to drop the hammer. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, and it's caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
First and goal at the 1.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Jackson will keep it. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Jackson, his 4th touchdown on the year. Then the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And the Texans take a 7-0 lead.
7, Ravens nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
On first down at Stafford. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and the Texans scoop it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now it's Hines. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals, all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a fumble last time. Ball security. We talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
11 yards there, 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. Fancy footwork at the 45. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
A run with Connor on 1st down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for easy completion and a 1st down.
Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. From the gun, again to Connor. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Leonard Floyd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And no gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. From the gun, Jackson. And that is incomplete here. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, it's Jackson. And Ingram hauls it in. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. This is Hines. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Off of play action, here's Stafford. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And they will have a first down as they are definitely in field goal range now down at the 20-yard line. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. This will be caught inside the 10. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing again is Stafford. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Eddie Goldman with a sack. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Jackson from the shotgun. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He was taken down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3 brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. All the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
They'll try to run with Hines. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is obviously a critical sequence for this defense if they want to stay in this game. Down 2 scores already. They give up a touchdown here. That makes things really difficult for their offense moving forward.
2nd down and goal. Jackson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd and goal, Jackson. Eluding the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down. JPP cruising in for the sack that time.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
A 42-yard attempt.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the lead stretches. 16-3 now. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say, take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back now in Houston, it's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Texans scoop it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Throwing on 2nd down. Jackson. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
So that play much needed there as they're all the way up near the 40 for a 1st and 10. They run with Hines. And able
able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Scott, his first carry, and he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. On 3rd down, it's Hines. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
1st down.
Seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Back to the air, Stafford on 2nd down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And no, it's incomplete. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Here's Hines. Inside the 20 before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
At the 19-yard line.
Down to a knee here as the Texans look to let the clock roll. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Houston,